Hi guys, my name is Nonima Tigela. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I want us to talk about this pattern, in fact, this documented pattern because it's there, it's documented. I love digital print because it leaves trails. It leaves the paper trail, Danam, and it's paper trail that you can't get rid of. Mm. It's the kind that you can't get rid of. And the internet does not forget. Oh, the internet does not forget, Sanala. It doesn't. Judge Ratamu Huateng has a documented pattern of troubling remarks directed at Black defense counsels. And today, he escalated that. Oh, he escalated that. What he did to Nisi, after previous incidents involving racially charged comments that drew public concern, he has now added a sexist and demeaning jab to the record. During today's proceedings in the Senzo Meyiwa trial, Advocate Mnisi raised a valid and a serious concern: the psychological distress of being profiled by SEPS as part of a supposed plot to kill the prosecutor and the judge, a threat that never existed until defense counsel started tearing the state's case apart. Please get that right. That threat happened. It never existed until defense counsel started tearing the state's case apart. That's when there was a so-called threat. Instead of addressing this professionally, Judge Ratamu Huateng turned to Advocate Nxumalo, who indicated readiness to proceed and responded, "I can see you are a man." A remark dripping with gendered mockery in a moment when an advocate expressed real emotional strain and fear. This is not judicial temperament. This is judicial misconduct. And it's unacceptable. A presiding judge carries constitutional obligation, dignity, neutrality, equal respect toward all legal practitioners, protection of fair trial rights under Section 35 of the Constitution. That is what he carries. What we saw today was the opposite. This wasn't a joke. It was a personal attack wrapped in a toxic masculinity, aimed at humiliating an advocate already suffering under the weight of false SEPS manufactured assassination narrative. This kind of behavior chills defense counsel from raising mental health or safety concerns, reinforces courtroom power imbalances, signals bias, undermines adversarial justice, threatens the integrity of the trial. If a judge is comfortable mocking a defense lawyer's emotional distress on live record, what does that say about the safety of anyone challenging the state? Now, as we are watching all of this, us as the Republic of South Africa, we want public accountability, and it's now unavoidable. It's now unavoidable. He's been doing these things right in front of our own eyes during live streaming. He is doing these things during live streaming. The Office of the Chief Justice must intervene. The Judicial Conduct Committee must review this incident. And South Africans must ask, how many more racialized, gendered, and unprofessional remarks must be tolerated before accountability begins? A judge who cannot control his biases cannot guarantee a fair trial. Never. He can't. Why is he always jabbing at Advocate Mnisi? Why is he always jabbing at Advocate Mnisi? Judge Rata used to joke with Advocate Mnisi. Today, he can't stand him because Advocate Mnisi is doing what needs to be done, asking real questions. even questioning and challenging him for his biased behavior. Mnisi challenges him, and now he has issues with that, and he's ill-treating him, and we must accept it. No, accountability must count. He needs to account Judge Ratha. Judge Ratha must account. We can't let him do the things and say the things as he wishes and get away with it. That is unfair. That is wrong. In all spheres of wrong, that is wrong. Judge Ratha is wrong for what he did, for what he said, let alone them being African male people. African men don't speak to each other in that condescending, disrespectful manner. What is he saying about Advocate Mnisi? They are all black men. What is he saying? That is not acceptable in our very own culture as African men, let alone in a professional environment. It becomes even worse. It becomes even worse for him to say such things. That was uncalled for. What he did there was wrong in all spheres of being wrong. He was way out of line. He needs to be dealt with accordingly when it comes to that. Judge Ratha must stop thinking that he is above everyone. He is a god. Judge Ratha, as he sits there, his ego tells him that he's a god. His ego tells him he's a god. You can't touch him. He's in heaven. He needs to be brought down to earth. Someone needs to remind him, you are on planet Earth. Come here down with us. Remember where you are. He undermines the defense lawyers. He shouts at them, shut up. I'm telling you not to do objections. These are the things that Mnisi has been suffering there. This was done by Judge Ratha back with Advocate Mshololo. Back with Advocate Mshololo, he did this. He did this with Advocate Mngomezulu. Now it's Mnisi's turn, and we must act as if we don't see. Hell no. No, this is wrong. This is way above being wrong. It is wrong in all aspects of being wrong. It is very wrong. I don't know about you. I feel like he needs to be disciplined. If it means there must be a commission for him, it needs to be done, a commission for Judge Ratha. If it means he needs to be impeached, he must be. That's how he will learn. Haibo, he went as far as making a joke about this assassination plan at the wrong time. Mnisi says that the defense, all of them, they were like, they don't like how this is all becoming. And then they talk about how Mnisi was singled out as interfering. And now, Judge Ratha goes and says, whoever wants, he makes everything about him, that man. Whoever wants to shoot me, if it happens, I was speaking to my wife and I said, that person must make sure that they don't shoot me in the face or in my head because my wife must still see my hands. Excuse me? Excuse me? Those dry jokes, those dry, dark jokes, no. Say, no. Guys, that's the problem that we have. Anyway, let's have a discussion. Judge Ratha is sexist. Those comments were saying, we're screaming sexist. Those comments. He insinuated that Mnisi is not strong enough. Mnisi is weak. Mnisi is more of a woman than a man. That is what he insinuated by what he said. It was an insult. He insulted Mnisi. It's not the first time. He insulted him by saying, shut up, 2 times last week. And that week, every week, there is always something. That week, he told him he must not object. He's shutting him down from objecting. The list is endless. Guys, I'll see you on our next video. Please make this video trend. Thank you. Bye-bye.